people you surround yourself with really do shape who you are. This is something I realized very later in my life, that people who you surround yourself with will shape who you are, will shape the way you think, the way you perceive, the actions you do, the choices you make, and the lifestyle you live. If the people around you aren't pushing you forward to better yourself, aren't pushing you to be somebody who you want to be, aren't pushing you forward to be the version of yourself that you want to desire, that they aren't people with goals and ambitions who just want to do nothing all day. You see, for the longest time of my life, I thought that it was okay to be around such people, until I started hanging around with people who I could hold more intellectual conversations with, people who I could discuss things that I felt were easier to talk to, people who I could connect or even talk to emotionally about things that I felt. And a lot of times we develop these friendships with certain people just because they happen to be there, because of the circumstances that you were in. Maybe they were a classmate, maybe they were in your college, maybe they were your colleagues or your work, maybe they were a mutual of a friend that happened to be around always. And that's okay, the realization does take time. Sometime it is okay. You will find that this isn't what is best for you, because the sooner or later you realize that, the only better your life is going to get, because this realization takes time. It takes conscious effort to think about. It takes a lot of acceptance that the person who you think to be isn't who they are. It almost feels like denial to yourself. You try to convince yourself that it's okay, that it's something you can work with, it's something you can live, but it does really affect you. It does change the way you think, the way you perceive things, the way you are towards your goals and actions, because you get distracted along the way. You tell yourself that it's okay, that people you are around with aren't further in life than you are, and that it's fine. You convince yourself that everybody is on the same pace, but that's not the case. You are on your own road, that you have to pave this journey for yourself. At the end of the day, nobody is coming to do that. Sometimes it really might just be better to surround yourself with one or two genuine people than a bunch of people who aren't any good for you, who aren't doing you any better, that aren't pushing you in a positive direction in your life. You need people who show up consistently, people who are there for you, people who actually care about what you're doing, what you care, what you wear, what you eat. You should have people out there who are looking out for you always, and if you don't, then you really should change the people you hang around with, because they aren't really good true friends. True friends really care about you. They really care about your well-being, about your appearance, about what you put in your body, about the goals or the ambitions you have, or the desires and the things you want to achieve. Sometimes it even might just be better to be alone than to hang around with degenerates, because it isn't serving you. You know that deeper than you just keep convincing yourself that it's okay, that this is sometimes the company might be better than being alone. It takes time. It takes a lot of time to accept that. But anyways, do pick who you surround yourself with wisely. It does matter. I hope you find the right people. I hope you find the people that are best for you. This is the one life you have, and nobody's coming to save you.